Sure.
Everybody, good serving here with Tom Parker again for our second episode, and we're gonna have to talk about the dreaded topic of the season here, the coronavirus.
I know. It,
I didn't
it,
want to, I didn't want to get into it, but so much stuff is ridiculous, man. They
yeah, and I
canceled.
just got some personal stories to tell on this, okay? Can you hear me okay, Steve?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is it so? Is this real? Like what you're saying?
What I'm saying is real. I mean, it's
Okay.
firsthand experience, okay?
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I got a friend like last week told me like the stores are limiting the amount of toilet paper and water you can buy, okay? Well, I didn't believe him. And it was supposed to be like, say, Sam's Club and that, okay?
Yeah,
Which I
yeah.
am a member of. So then I got a text from her, I think it was yesterday, and said that they even reduced, like for cases of water at Sam's Club, from 5 cases to two per customer. So I called Sam's Club personally yesterday, and indeed they are have dropped do have limits of 2 cases of not only just water, but she said many other items in their store right now are have the limit of 2 cases. So I went to Walmart this morning. I had to been there by 5 o'clock this morning just because I wanted to get some cases of water because I'm going to be a little prepared, okay?
Right, right, right.
And they had one pallet they were bringing out, and they told me that was all they had, that they're actually out of water at Walmart. I know my wife was, I think it was at Walmart yesterday, and they were completely out of like sanitary wipes, disinfectant wipes and stuff.
Yeah.
I have a really good friend for over 20 years that works in the healthcare industry. That me and him have this huge trip planned in April,
Yeah.
and he's saying we might have to cancel because they're talking about putting his facility on a 30-day quarantine lockdown.
What?
Yes, and it's I won't say which, but it's a nursing home, so it is elderly healthcare. He's a
Yeah.
he's a registered nurse,
Right, 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 right.
and in fact, he sent me that text. It was about 5:30 this morning. I'll read it to you, okay? Because then you
Yeah.
know that this is pure BS. He
Yeah.
goes, question whether I'll be able to leave town. Getting ready to lock us down and for Catholic coronavirus at the facility. 30 days. They're going nuts. He says, and I tried to call him and send him a few texts, but I haven't heard back because he's working. So so even though it's like this,
Yeah.
even though there may not be but a handful of people with this freaking coronavirus, the effects are as if everybody freaking has it.
Right.
It's
It,
having the effect.
it doesn't add up, right?
No, it does not, Steve. It does not.
And so listen to this, right? So they canceled basketball, right? The whole season.
No, I did not know that.
Okay, so the NBA suspended the season for their
What?
yeah, listen. They suspended the season. Tom Hanks got on the news or something like that. Now he's saying he has the coronavirus with his wife, right? And they're off in quarantine and no one could reach them or whatever, right? And of course, they got to add that celebrity mix to it. But when they stopped basketball, right? I was like, okay, so at least want to get into because I don't watch the news, right? So I want to at least see if there's crisis actors and that kind of stuff. And usually Russian Vids does a good job of it, right? But I went to this other guy, PK. I don't know if you heard of PK Censored. He's pretty good too. I'll send you
Uh-huh.
a couple videos. But he's showing the crisis actors. I mean, it's completely fake. I'm convinced that it's fake,
Right.
right?
Right.
But
Me too.
the situation is that they've run it right and doubled down so many times and kept going with this virus. 38 people died in the United States. That's if you believe their stats, right?
Right.
And 38 out of 330 million people, right? and they shut down basketball, man. They shut down all these places, right? So in my mind, I'm thinking they have to have some kind of cover story for if disease and pestilence comes, that it's not from God. You understand what I'm saying? They have to
Absolutely.
they have to lay a groundwork, right? That it's from here on earth.
And do you know why they throw the celeb in as big as Tom Hanks?
Right.
Because but I mean, the first thing that came to my mind when you mentioned his name, it's like Ted Turner, Bill Gates, Jacques Cousteau. They all believe the Earth's population should be 500 million.
That's
So
right.
that's why they throw them big, huge names in there like that, because they're the elite.
Right, right. They're dying of it, so we could die of it too. I mean, they
Yeah,
might.
and they're the ones who believe in Agenda 21. It's to help move that along,
Well,
that
here's the.
initiative.
I'm more afraid of a vaccine at this point.
Oh yeah, I won't get it. You
I mean,
ain't putting no needles in me, baby.
well, the problem that I have, right? This is my only problem, right? Because I can handle myself, right? And if I die, I die, whatever, right? But
Right.
make my choices and live with them. But my problem is I got a son that's 19 years old, right? And he's like pretty much engaged to his girlfriend. I mean, he's young, but he's pretty much engaged to her, and she's going to be a doctor, right? Mrs. Health Professional, right? And my youngest son is 17, and he's under his mom's lock and key. You know what I mean? Like she makes all his decisions, and she's not a Christian. In fact, I'll start opening some doors for him, and she'll shut them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
and so I worry, like, should I just tell my kids, hey, don't take any kind of shot, and then what if I'm wrong? You see what I'm saying? And then they don't take the shot and they die or something. That would be.
Dude, but they're gonna go to heaven. They're gonna die anyways. I mean, I don't. I mean, I hate to say that, but this isn't like 1960. I mean, we're living Revelations. I mean, they're gonna. Who knows what they're injecting the poison with? I mean, I'd rather have, as hard as it is, because I mean, I got two daughters. Okay, to think. I mean, I picture myself dying in front of them by the evil hands. Not that because I'm old, in that I stand for, and I can see it. I envision it. I mean, this is for 40 years. You know, envisioning this, doing it for Jesus, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at how, I mean, you're a martyr, and I mean, this isn't anything to be playing with. I mean, we're in end time, Steve.
This is it. This is it, man. This is it. It's got to be because they're overtly doing stuff to us, and people are just letting it happen. You
And all these shots, to me, they just dumb us down and go along with it. I hate to say it, my mom just turned 81. Okay, she's been a Christian for, oh my gosh, 50 years, and but the indoctrination and how little she knows is mind-boggling. And so I called her a few days ago, and when I talk about this kind of stuff, I get really passionate. She
yeah.
thinks of it as me getting angry or upset or furious. And I mean, and I kind of, because I get talking loud and fast and excited,
You want to
and
get that information in.
yeah,
I
and she
believe.
got really hurt. And I'm like, I don't know why you're hurt. I mean, can you imagine when Christ preached and there would have been tens of thousands of people there? Do you think he was whispering?
Oh no
Everybody
way.
heard what he was saying. He was loud. It
Yeah.
echoed. I mean, it would have been like being in a symphony somewhere. I mean, and my frustration is I cannot believe, Steve, just how dumbed down and what sheep people have become.
Yeah.
It's astounding how little they can see or accept or understand. And just for one point, she it was a few days prior to that she made a comment about how she's looking up into the heavens and the clouds and the stars, like the Bible says, look up, the times in the season, you can read the heavens, the stars. So I brought up that a couple years back when they had that sign in heaven that could have filled that revelation prophecy. I said,
Yes. It is.
yeah. So I'm like, so you know about that? And she had no clue. She was just like, a parakeet parroting something, it had no understanding, but was just saying a scripture. There's zero understanding of what them scriptures actually meant. And it's like how Christians that's been around for so long haven't been taught anything.
Oh,
And
you're right.
it's frustrating because there's no one to talk to. This is deep, serious stuff going on.
This is war.
Biblical, spiritual warfare, baby.
And no
Well,
one takes it seriously. So my brother and my mom are Christians, right? I mean, I have no question about that, right?
yeah,
But
I hear you. Yep,
they just aren't seeing what I'm seeing, you know?
yep,
And I
yep.
don't I don't understand it, you know? Why? You
Dude, it's
know?
like this. I was telling my sister about the Clinton Chronicles back in the 90s. Okay, and they all rolled their eyes back then at me. Well, lo and behold, about a year ago, my sister came to visit and she's like, "Man, you ever hear about the Clinton Chronicles? That stuff's real." I'm like, "Yes, sis, I told you about that 30 years ago. Way to catch up." You know, but
Yeah.
we don't have 30 years to catch up to what's going on now.
No, we don't. It's over. There's no fixing it. It's over.
I mean, we may
It's
have a little bit of lapse, a little bit of time. I mean, my guess is between now and just from what I've seen biblical prophecy and gematria wise, 2028. But I
I
don't know that. It could be tomorrow.
I mean, I honestly think it's less than a year or two, man, to tell you the truth. It's the feeling I'm
Fall
getting.
time. And I got a feeling it's going to come during that feast of Rosh Hashanah, the blowing of
This
the shofar.
year, September this
Yep,
year.
yep.
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all, you know? And I mean, what's crazy to me is why can only some of us see it? Or is it that there's people that overtly are trying not to see it? Or what's wrong with people? Why wouldn't anybody want to know the truth?
Yeah, and
You
that's what
know?
I don't understand either is, and sometimes I feel like it's a curse, but I'm thankful I see it.
But are people hypnotized? Are people not real? Are people I got to the point where I'm questioning whether my own parents, man, I mean, are they real people, man? That's how sick it got, right? You know?
They're
Like I mean,
saved, but, you
but,
know,
but you
but
wonder
you have,
like are we just stuck in this kind of weird, there's some non-player characters and then there's us, right? And we're all spread out, or is everybody real and has an equal chance? I'm at that point in my brain. That's how crazy I've gotten, you know what I mean?
no,
Because of it.
I know.
You
I'm
know,
going to look up a verse here. How do you spell delusion? With two L's?
Delusion, delusion.
Well, I can't spell it right, but anyways, there's a verse in the Bible that talks about that God sends them a strong delusion that they should believe the lie.
Well, that's the
Uh,
heliocentric model. That's what the strong delusion is.
It's all of it, and it's way more. Yeah, it's all the scientism, deceit. You know what I
Well,
mean? It's the
yeah.
spinning ball. I mean, I was telling someone, and this one's just still, my mind can explode when I think about this. Nothing exploded and created everything. Just think about that, and you got billions of people that believe it.
That's right.
Nothing exploded. I mean, are you freaking kidding me?
Well, I mean,
And
this is what I don't get, right? Not only what happened, right, but where did the space come from to for it to be put into?
but there was nothing.
And
I
not
mean,
only
nothing, Steve.
right, and not only that, but why? Why did it happen?
Uh,
Is this even a
exactly.
like you'd have to explain a lot of stuff, man? But they're like, oh well, it was a dot, and everything, and there's furniture and everything now. Oh, get out of here, man! Out of here! This is stupid, you know?
But and the thing is, people soak it up. And what Christians don't understand, once you tell them about the fake gravity and fake space and all this, and you can biblically prove this stuff, okay? And they don't accept it. They
They don't.
literally are believing in the Big Bang and ungodly. I mean, these people who come up with this stuff can't even conceive of the concept of God. They hate God that bad. And that's who you're putting your faith in when you believe a spinning ball flying through space millions of miles an hour.
That's
You know
what
what
I
I'm
told
saying?
my brother, right? I said, I said, you're listening to a guy, because he was questioning, oh, are these people a cult that you're listening to? You know, how do they feel about God? I said, what do you think, Neil deGrasse Tyson and all these cats? They don't believe in God. You know what I mean? Like they're the enemy. You are watching.
Absolutely.
Like you need to be skeptical towards them, not towards me. I'm your brother, you know? And it's hard because I want my brother, I want my kids, I want my mom, I want them all to know, like you
Absolutely.
lied to, it's not nothing to be afraid of. You don't have to get stuck on it, but be aware of it, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
be aware of what is happening because if you take any advice from that news or take any advice from, oh, there's some alien coming from some other planet, then that's so many deceptions can be built on you believing a lie in the first place, you know?
Right.
And it's hurtful to me, and I don't come off as crazy to my, of course they probably think I'm crazy, but I usually go in a calm voice, like, no, man, that's, it's unreal, I'm not one of those, hey, guess what kind of people, but still, it's still hard to get the point across. I mean, I've woken up a couple people, two older females, they see it, but they will only go so far. They don't want to get into all the trannies and all that stuff, right? They only want,
Right.
and then there's some people don't want to get into the news is evil, and they don't believe that all of Hollywood is evil. I'm like, well, you can. I mean, it's great that you woke up to a couple things. You know what I mean? But it's very hard to be out on this ledge by yourself.
And most
It
people stop looking once they learn a little bit of this, Steve, because it's overload. I
it's
mean, thankfully,
fear.
before 9/11, I was already on to most of the conspiracy stuff. So I kind of had a long transition. If I just came to the truth of all this in the past couple of years, I mean, even just what I've learned in the last 3 or 4 years is
Yeah.
mind numbing. This whole
Yeah.
thing about there's no space and no space shuttle, that was more
Oh
shocking than flat Earth to me.
God, it blew my mind when I realized, like, oh my God, there's no place. Eric Dubay said it to where I understood it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so Earth is the only realm place that you can exist. And I go, wow, that
and
means
I'll tell
there
you what.
is no outer space, man. Like it's over. This is it.
Yep, and these people that are saying he's a shill and a troll and he does more damage for flat Earth are flat out stupid. He's the
Yeah.
one who brought flat Earth dead smack to where we're at today. If it
Yes.
wasn't for him, we'd
If
still
he
be flying around the sun.
Well, here's the thing. If he didn't talk crap about Jesus and then all this crap about Hitler or whatever, that he could just basically leave alone,
True
if
that.
he
Yep.
yeah, he doesn't have to get involved with all that, right? But if he wasn't like outwardly against being a Christian, right? Then he would be the king. I mean, the king of flat
Yes.
Earth. I mean, there's no doubt. He has the best flat Earth. I mean, Nathan might
Yes.
be a little smarter than
No.
him, but I think Eric, his work on flat Earth is the best.
It's the best by far. No one better. Absolutely. And you have to take the religion part out of it, which I hate to say because I wish he was a born again Christian.
Yeah,
Just like I wish Mark Sargent was.
yeah,
Because
yeah. Me too.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff he puts out as just flat out ridiculous, stupid, because he's
Yeah,
not a Christian. But
he's
his flat
I hate
Earth work is phenomenal.
I hate to talk crap, about anybody. It's good to make friends and this kind of thing, but like with Mark, it's like he's one of those guys they pick to put on the news because he's a wacko, like to make us look like an idiot. Because we do have scientists, we do have,
Doctors and yes,
yeah, yeah, we do have those guys, engineers. But they put this goof on, on some guy in a tank top with a cowboy hat, in there, talking about flat Earth. They'll never put a serious guy,
no.
And
Could you see if they actually put QE or that taboo conspiracy guy? He's
oh
really good.
yeah, well, because he speaks their language, he speaks the language of the intellectual, Same thing with
Yeah,
Sleepy. You'd be great too, but
yeah. I ain't big on Sleeping Warrior. I hate to say it.
well, you got to say that at least from what he talks about, it's true.
Yeah, no, 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 no. Yeah, I get that. He's. I mean, he's like me in a way that like I I'm not going to say this. I don't want this to be on this show, but it's about, you know how there's some people out there I don't care for, I don't like their
Yeah.
doctrine. There's some things Sleeping Warrior does, like he attacks some people sometimes, and it's
Well,
irrelevant to what's going on.
he's not a
You know,
Christian, and I think that like that's the main part of this whole thing. If you're a truther and you're not a Christian, there's something off, you know.
yeah, because he's a
Like,
Sleeping Warrior is always attacking Ranty. And it's like, just leave Ranty's channel alone. He's not hurting you. He's not talking bad about you.
I
If
mean,
you,
it's
yeah,
just like I just don't watch it right now, and I'll go back when he does Flat Earth because he's done really good work in the past, you
yep,
know.
yep.
And that doesn't just disappear because the guy wants to, be clickbait for a little bit and grow his channel, you know.
But but ask yourself, all the stuff he put out about Corona, tell me it's
Yeah,
not coming to pass,
yeah, it is, man. They're
even if it's
shutting
just
everything.
the fear portion of it.
Well,
I
it
mean,
doesn't work in my head, man. Like so, this has got to be something way bigger than what, because it's not an illness, man. Or
yeah.
I don't think it is because the people that they put on the news, man.